Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and we are back in Goshen, New York. You guys saw a video that we put out just earlier where we gave you guys a story about the Le Baron speed equipment and also the machining company that moved from New Jersey and here to Goshen, New York. And today what we're going to do is take you kind of behind the scenes when we were walking around and getting the tour, and we got to dig around and find a little bit of old hot rod parts for ourselves. So we're going to take you along and show you what we find. All right, so this building used to be like, you couldn't even see anything in here, right?
No, you couldn't even walk through the building at all. Most of the time we had to just climb over top of stuff
really?
Just to get to anything.
So they've kind of compiled some of the stuff, you know, that was interesting in here as far as cars go. So we're gonna walk through and kind of show you guys that and kind of try and story tell so you can see, maybe imagine what it was like in here beforehand. So you guys kind of put just some of the extra parts. There's an old like midget chassis and part of a body here, and this was just kind of extra stuff you guys had found, right? That's laying around.
Yeah, whatever we found that was just a random old car part we put into one pile because we couldn't really identify anything that went with anything.
Right.
So we had no idea, and we didn't want to just randomly throw stuff away.
Oh no,
Because we could have thrown something away that was really old and really important.
Yeah. So the Van Blurk is something that we were already, as soon as we walked in, we were discussing this old engine here. Where did you find that in this building too, or where did you find it?
Yeah, that was in this building too, but it's still scattered throughout different areas. There's some stuff over there. We still haven't figured out what is what yet.
Here's one of the covers of Van Blurk Jr., and you can see the engine here.
It was originally out of a boat, correct?
That's what we've heard. We don't really know much about it, but you can see a lot of the cover and stuff here. It's probably used in some of these midgets or race cars. And then next to it, you can see some early race stuff here, that there's like a Model T rear end that's been shortened. You can see where it's been shortened or narrowed
Both
here.
ways.
Yeah,
narrowed and shortened.
Yeah, and the torque tube. And then also has these little, you can see it was off with the Nerf bars there. It was kind of off of a race car. So this was probably in some 30s era built race car, or maybe even 20s, that was out of. So it's good you're not like stuff like this, even though it's like rusty looking, it was out of an old race car.
Out of an old race car, and it's still got some kind of value to it, and it'd be horrible to put that in kind of a scrap.
Oh no, yeah. No. And then I know you guys had the machine shops. You said some of these parts, which we'll probably see.
Yeah, a lot of these parts my father would have machined himself and cast himself. We've got a foundry and a machine shop. And we would have taken old cast iron parts and we would have built them up on the insides and outsides to be able to machine them out of aluminum instead, which are much lighter.
Yeah, that's crazy. This one. So
where it goes and what it goes to, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's for the back of the trans, but yeah, I'm sure this is probably an old, race part that had a reason that he wanted to.
It was probably on a car at one point.
Yeah.
It just had all the holes were filled in so that when you cast it, you don't want the holes in it.
Right, and then you redraw them and everything. That's cool. So we got a couple other race cars that you found around here. There's.
Yep.
So did you guys race go-karts or something at some point as well?
We did race go-karts, probably in about the 80s, 90s. We ran some go-karts. We got into the racing. My father still wanted to, be a racer, a race car driver. I figured we'd get into these karts and go.
And they're fast.
We had a lot of fun. But now even these are considered classic.
Yeah. It's crazy, but that's awesome. And then you have, so little quarter midget, I guess, here.
A quarter midget here.
And did you find this? All these were found like in this building, basically?
All these were found in the building in different spots of the building, and you couldn't really see some of them.
Right.
You could just see a tire or a wheel. It was very packed rat in here. Couldn't see the floor. It was just climbing over everything.
Jeez. And then this one, you and your dad were going to build this one. It was the plan originally?
The plan was to rebuild this one and modify it so that I could actually fit in it because I'm a little tall. But we made a new rear bumper for it and machined the covers. We machined these up in the foundry.
Oh yeah, so that was the ones.
They're up there too.
Yeah, that we saw earlier. And then the drums you said you guys were doing?
The drums, yeah, we would have made those drums too.
Oh, killer, that's cool.
There was nothing we couldn't make up there with those old machines.
Yeah, that's great. But you can see this thing, this is our early, we were talking about, this is something that was a pretty early built car that has different things on it, but there's no real history that you know about the car, really.
I don't even know where we got the bulk of it now. No idea where it was run, what year it was built.
Right.
Nothing.
That's cool. It's really neat. Yeah, it pretty much has all the key pieces still on it. You know,
Yeah.
it's still.
Anything else we could machine, and we have a ton of parts in the parts rooms that we could have
Right.
got it back together.
Yeah. And then you said your dad had a V860 kind of mocked up in it at one point.
Yeah, one of the V860 motors over here was locked up in it, but it's as far as we got.
Now the little Crosley midget that's over here, was this one that, I see your dad has a little board for it, so he was displaying that, showing it around, or?
We bought it from the gentleman who had the display and was toying around with it.
Okay.
And the guy wanted to sell it, get into something different, sold it to us, and I've been recently in contact with him to sell it back to him.
Oh,
And he
cool.
wants to buy it back.
It's funny how this stuff goes full circle again.
Yeah.
But your dad, I mean, it looks like he just kept it kind of just as he bought it, just kept it on the trailer.
Yeah, on the trailer. It was covered in junk. We managed to clean it up a little bit and put it back in the spot.
Very cool. Well, that one looks like it's pretty much all as restored, so to speak.
Yeah, the gentleman said that it was running when he sold it to my father. So.
Oh, neat. That'd be cool to hear that thing run again.
Yeah, and we're going to be working on this one to get this one running soon, because we want to bring it to a couple of shows up in Middletown.
Yeah, yeah. So this was one your dad was actually sponsored or was running?
My father purchased this just to be able to have something again.
Oh, okay,
'Cause
okay.
After he got out of the racing, he changed over to a different business.
Right.
He bought this to get, nostalgia for him to get back
Oh,
into it.
okay. I just saw the name, the business name on the side. I didn't know if it
Yeah,
was one that was
we,
from back in the day or he re-lettered it.
I do remember back in the day when he did get it, we had it running, and I pushed him with this old doom buggy we had.
That's awesome.
He drove it up, down, he just had no care in the world, drove it up the street, turned around in one of the businesses up there and brought it back.
That sounds like something we would do.
Yes. Yes, I love it. That's so cool.
I love these cars, they're amazing. Such a tiny little car with a big V8 motor.
Yeah, yeah. This thing's really cool. But yeah, this is great to be able to take this one out and around. And probably the same deal. It wouldn't take a lot to get the thing running again.
It wouldn't take a lot to get it running again
No.
now. They're very simple.
Yeah, yeah. It's cool. Very neat. So then we have some actual full-size cars that you found that were over, you said this one was buried, right?
This one was buried in a different building, and when we were cleaning out the building, we decided to bring it down here.
Right.
This
And
was
I see the
my mom's
Pininfarina.
actually old car. It's an old Fiat.
Yeah, I see the Pininfarina
Yeah.
design on the side, so it must have been a higher end model. You said your mom drove this?
Yeah, we drove this when we first moved here. Back in '75 we moved here. But she had it way before that.
Right, right.
But we were still down in New Jersey.
That's so cool. And then you have the T-Bird here. Do you remember anything about the T-Bird or?
I do remember some stories about it. I remember my father says that he would, every week he would repaint the car because he was
Really?
driving it around so fast, so he would throw off the cops by painting the car a different color.
That's funny. I like you just painted right over the tires and everything.
Yeah, well, we had a company we sent this to restore it, but they were a fly-by-night horrible company that did a really bad job. But one day we'll get it done and get it restored again
Well, this has
and running.
this looks like it has McCullough gauges in it. Does this have a McCullough blower on it?
It doesn't, but I did find a blower, and it,
Oh no, Paxton.
I was wondering where it went. I think Paxton made them.
Yeah, they're later Paxton branded boost gauges, but I saw the 3-pack of the gauge panel that goes under there. That's kind of usually.
I did find a folder recently up in the shop that said that had all the purchase order for that
Really?
kind of stuff, and the blower is actually up in the attic. In the
So
parts
he was
room.
maybe looking to do the conversion.
I don't know if he ever did.
Well, it's got a okay, this Edelbrock 3.2 intake with just the single.
And the fin covers on it.
Yeah, the fin covers on it. That's cool. So that was probably the next. Let's get a set of headers built on it. That's cool. So that was probably the next thing, unless it had the blower and he pulled it off and put this on it.
I don't know. I know the blower's up in the parts room.
It just seems odd that the gauges are mounted under the dash like it was there for, you know, functional. And maybe it had the blower and it had problems and he just put this on to get it driving.
Get it going again.
Yeah.
And we got 2 Corvettes.
Yeah, so what there's the Corvette guys are drooling as we're talking about this T-Bird.
Yeah.
You're like, look.
And we've got 63 convertible. Was originally a darker, like I think it was a midnight blue color.
Okay.
Looked black almost. This one we actually got running.
Oh, cool.
But then, like, was talking to people and they were like, "Do you make sure that you have this kind of oil in it? Because if you don't, you're going to ruin it. Make sure you have the additive in the gas, and if the brakes aren't working, you're probably dumping brake fluid inside the car." And I was like,
yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but I'm not going to touch it until I learn more.
Very cool. And both of these cars, did you know they were in here, or could you see them, or?
I knew my father had them, but you couldn't get to them. You couldn't move them backwards or forwards an inch without hitting something.
Wow.
You see the decal in the back window?
Oh yeah.
McGurk camshafts.
Yeah, somewhere I've got a whole bunch of more old stickers like that laying around.
Oh, nice.
I could find the replacement of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you remember either of these cars like ever driving in your memory?
Yeah. My father bought this back in '63,
Okay.
brand new, because when it was getting out of racing and starting to make gears for printing companies, that's when he started making a lot of money, and then stopped racing and he bought this. Pretty much flat out cash with his first paycheck.
Wow. It's like any
Yeah.
car guy would do. Let me buy the coolest, one of the coolest production vehicles.
Yeah.
4-speed.
There was a little bit of damage on the one side, the passenger side.
Yeah, fender.
Someone tried to jack it up and the jack slipped. It's a very sad ordeal, that.
Yeah. But it exists, it's all intact.
All intact.
Fuel
Everything's-
injection car too.
It's fuel injected, yeah.
Wow.
It's neat.
I got all the parts for it. I may tackle it myself or I may send it out, I don't know.
That's cool. This is a keeper.
Yeah, it's a keeper.
But
The,
the race cars are cool, but it's nice to have some cars you can fix up and drive and
yeah, this
enjoy.
one we're going to make more of a daily driver.
Oh, cool.
That we're going to be able to take out on the weekends and stuff like that. This one is just like, oh, there's a car show that's not too far. We'll bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Great cars. I'm a Ford guy and I say that. Great cars. Love it. That's awesome.
You'll have a horn ring from plenty of them. Turned into a coffee table. They put it in plexiglass.
I wonder if there's supposed to be glass over that?
Probably.
That's
The neons broke in there.
Power steering. It said power steering on here.
Oh yeah, the
Maybe
neons.
that's just the old one for the one that he had.
Well, that's why I was mentioning
Maybe
it.
because it looks like it's broken. There
Do,
we go.
do you have a photo of the speed shop with this is visible? Or how do you, or did your dad just tell you this was for the speed shop?
I did see a photo with that at the shop, but I just don't. And it was with originally within a pile of stuff that came from that area.
Wow.
So
It's a
Are you guys gonna put that up somewhere? Is that the
I was
goal?
thinking about putting it up eventually in the garage down there. Turn it back. You know, he made a lot of racing parts, but at one point
So where did you find these at originally?
I found these up in a old cedar chest up in the attic.
Wow.
So these would have been up there since
You moved the.
we moved in the 70s.
Is that one yours? That is a tiny racing jacket.
It's not mine. My father was a little man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when you're younger, you're skinnier too.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
these are. So this one says less on it. What's the other?
This one says Chet.
Oh, so that was your dad's.
This was my dad's jacket. yeah.
That's so killer. These
One
are
gold.
amazing. Yeah, definitely.
They like silk?
Yeah.
They're like
or
a-
like a polyester probably.
There's
So
something
cool.
that would probably lights on fire too easily.
Yeah, not a good racing jacket.
But
Yeah.
these would be great to get framed and put down in the shop.
Framed, put in the shop or on mannequins. I'm thinking about having a little section with a little mini museum or
Oh,
something.
that would be killer.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's the stuff that's like so
Irreplaceable.
neat. Yeah.
Irreplaceable. That's why I was like, oh, I thought I would throw it out.
Please. Oh my god.
Or it's like, oh, we need a rag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a door you're trying to get through right
Yeah,
there.
that was the door I was trying to get through. All this
We were
stuff
waiting
wasn't
for you to
on the
come
floor
through, and I turned my light off, and when you came in, I was gonna go, who that?
Wow.
I think I must have more roof leaks in here than I had before yesterday. Oh, look at that thing. Looks
Yeah.
better with light on it.
This is super cool.
Step back, Matt.
Belt drive.
Oh yeah, it's
Might
all.
be, I wonder if this might have been for the water pump. Oh yeah, water pump for the boilers.
Wow.
These would have been the boilers in here.
Yeah, that's probably what that's for.
Look at that motor.
Oh my god, look at this.
This was the old converter room for DC and AC electric.
Oh.
But this would have been, there was wires everywhere in here.
Oh, I can believe
But a
that.
guy who worked for my father decided to cut them out and scrap them without knowing.
Well, you know what, in a way, it might have been a blessing.
Look at that.
If an inspector would have walked in here now. Well,
Well,
you've seen this stuff before, Mike. But look at the,
You can take that tape off.
Western. Oh, that's a glass lens.
yeah, look at the shades on these things.
Yeah, they're green glass.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's lenses for the gauges to read. There's probably the electric meter.
I wouldn't go near that thing if it was charged.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
this
this
is
was to go
super
from
cool.
AC to
Yeah.
DC voltage. This is where we keep the bodies.
Oh man. All right, Matt, you can go first.
Never go first.
Yeah,
I smell.
This would have been a great place to be a kid. Man, you could explore for days.
Days and days.
You may
and
not
days.
find you for
I had so
days.
much stuff to play with. I don't even remember my parents that much.
You
They were
remember
in the
the
office
machines?
and I was out here playing with machines and making a mess.
taking drags off cigarettes when the guy's working the machines. Holy crap, this is cool.
There's like little train cars that would for the coal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how they brought the coal in for the furnaces, right?
Yeah, in there, there's if you slide that door open, there's an elevator in there.
Oh, I think I. s-
Easier said than done.
Oh, there's a nail right there. Pull that nail out.
See?
It's a-
1800 door lock.
Exactly.
Oh, there's the weights. Wow. Oh yeah, right here.
Yeah, the train car would come up, well, the cart would come up
Yeah.
to here onto this turntable, and it would dump coal into these bins.
Works great now.
And then it would be
Hand shoveled
hand shoveled into here.
into the blast furnace.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah, we saw that.
Medical hall. Wish it was automotive related.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Christmas decorations. Sure you don't want a Bud Light neon?
Positive.
I think we should have probably came up here first in the morning because it's probably going to be hot up here now.
Lead the way.
Yeah, we're warm.
Only walk over the middle beam.
Only the middle one?
Okay. We're getting sidetracked with this.
Oh, it's easy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, one of those aftertaste.
oh.
It's actually not bad in here.
Oh, look, some engine adapters.
Engine adapters, more of them.
Engine trans adapters.
You guys need any engine adapters? Know anybody need engine adapters?
Any friends of friends that need engine adapters? We got-
Currently holding stock.
Our kids that aren't born yet need engine adapters.
I got one on the way.
Yeah, you do, anytime now.
She could use some engine adapters.
And I'm walking around like, nobody wouldn't feel at home.
Did you see what a squirrel did? Squirrel got in and dug out all the dirt and all the holes.
Oh, they got the logo on it.
With SP breathers.
Yeah. That's cool. You got to hang these up.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Speed products.
The breathers are the coolest thing,
Speed
but
product breathers.
for you with the logos on them, that's kind of cool to hang up.
What do these go for? Go to, I mean.
They're Y block Ford, so like the T-Bird, the engine that's in the T-Bird, that series of engine.
That might have been on the T-Bird because it had a blower.
Maybe. No, because it had T-Bird valve covers on it.
Oh.
Yeah, the correct. Anyways, just kind of neat stuff. I might be more excited about some of the you are. You're like, cool, old valve covers with a sticker. This is old magneto cap. It's not broken.
They store it?
Oh yeah.
Pretty much a universal, I would
This is, please don't be wrecked, please don't be wrecked. For the Pagoda City Coupe, this is what I was thinking about putting on. Because I got that same intake on it. And that'd be-
Pretty bad when you can identify little pieces of aluminum. I'm looking at the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also had a,
Oh, Le Baron 2 bucks.
yep.
Well, there's that kind of stuff I would hang on the wall.
This engine out. See on top of it. I think that's Edelbrock. Or no, Wyand.
Is that small block?
Yeah. 3.2 Wyand.
Brand new, jeez. I wonder what some of this, like, is this stuff he was selling?
I would imagine.
I would imagine, yeah, he was selling this stuff.
You want this Craig Bell housing or no?
I'll pull it out so we can see what it is. I think that's for the later Ford Trans, but it's really deep.
Yeah, it is.
So what the heck was that for?
See if there's any numbers.
It would have to be something with no bell housing on it to be that deep.
Yeah.
I think we might have got a Kreger.
Starters on the right, so that would that be
We can check our Kreger pamphlet. It's probably in the
Yeah.
Actually, the starter's on
In the pamphlet you
the
found.
left.
yeah, or
Yeah,
it's in the.
You're looking at it
It's
backwards.
probably in the
Like that.
box. Yeah,
be on the passenger side.
passenger side. Yeah, which is
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
it's right
Ford.
here. Krager 302.
Oh,
You can Google that.
Google
like
that.
I said, we probably have the.
Wonderful world of computers.
Mr. Google knows it all.
Well, sometimes the adapter
Sometimes they
stuff.
don't.
Stack of ring gears for
Oh, those
Fords
flywheels.
and Chevys used those, used to have to heat up.
Those are all aluminum flywheels back there.
Yeah.
See them?
yeah. Hold on.
Oh, that? You know what this is?
Y block.
Mike, you're getting good. I'm proud of you. Because you helped put the one.
Block motor mount.
Yeah, these are the. That's Olds. These are like Hearst. Oh yeah, look, Hearst. Man, I'm getting pretty good at this. Abington, PA.
There is a shifter handle.
Indeed. Sounds creepy.
This is cool.
Oh yeah.
I really like that. Electronic. Off, line adjust. What is it? Oh yeah, Iski. What are they for? Olds.
Old and
Cadillac.
Cadillac.
Mike, you're building the Roadster for me. Nice it is. Wiping the dust off. Oh, that's cool. An old tack.
8,000.
There's a sender that should be for that
I know.
little box that we go with.
And that's British.
Oh yeah. Maybe that's for that. Was it a Fiat that's down there or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is Stuart Warner.
Well, I think they
That's
made.
a sending unit
Yeah.
for the early Stuart Warner.
But I think
Tax.
they offered them for the.
Yeah.
They swapped over to the Sun as well.
Well, I have the catalogs at home.
We probably have them here too if we want
Yeah.
to.
Well, I already know where mine are. If you don't find them.
This is cool. Cool. You see this, Mike?
Yeah, I think that looked at it already. Oh,
Winds. Don't you have a sign? Do you have a wind sign?
I don't.
Yeah, that's cool. Pressure gauge. Yeah. It's neat.
Stuck at 2, which is not.
That's not a good sign when the gauge is stuck at a number and it's not even. All right, so that was a day digging around at the Le Baron machine shop, learning a little bit about the history, and also finding some neat stuff that we couldn't live without, which is just normal everywhere we go. So we want to thank Lloyd and the family for letting us walk around, learning a little bit about it, and learn about a speed equipment company and some racing history that none of us even knew about until just recently. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's going to be really cool to see what they do with these old buildings to keep the history in them and keep them around and reused in the future for others to enjoy. Thanks guys for watching. Catch you later.